Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new limited edition Ferrari Puma evoSPEED 1.3 F947. Now, as you guys can see, it does come in this black drawer style box with the Ferrari logo in chrome right there on the top. Pull the drawer open and you find that these do come with a string bag. The string bag is actually really nice. It is red in color with black strings. You're going to find the Ferrari emblem right there in the middle. On the back side of the bag, you're going to find the Ferrari logo one more time. You can see it does say that it's an officially licensed product of Ferrari, and you also have your Puma logo right there at the bottom corner. Other than that, all you're going to find inside the box, as you guys can see, are the shoes themselves. So we'll get these guys out of the box really quickly and take a closer look at this Ferrari branded limited edition variation of the evoSPEED 1.3. Now these guys are limited to only 947 pairs worldwide, and they actually are still available. The retail price is $250 US, but if you click the first link down below in the description, it'll take you to the review page on my website. You will find buy it now links where you can actually pick these up for a limited time, of course, below their normal $250 retail price, closer to around $225. So whether you're a fan of the shoe, a fan of Ferrari, or perhaps both, this is definitely one of those shoes that you may want to consider picking up. And again, if you're interested in a pair, first link down below in the description. In this video though, we're going to be taking a closer look at the shoe itself, as well as all the Ferrari-esque design elements that Puma have incorporated on the shoe. We're going to talk tech specs, because at the end of the day, this is still a very wearable, performance-oriented soccer cleat, and we're also going to take a look at how these things fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around, and with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's talk about the overall appearance and design of the F947. Now you're probably wondering, why did they call it that? Is that the name of an actual Ferrari? And the answer to that question is no. The significance of the number 947 is the year 1947, which is when Ferrari was founded as a company. This shoe also marks the 10-year anniversary of the partnership between Puma and Ferrari, which you can see stamped right here on the back of both heel liners. A little bit difficult to see, but it is in fact there. As far as the overall appearance of the shoe is concerned, obviously it's very much Ferrari inspired. It has that Ferrari red color. You have the tan leather interior, which is represented in the heel liner as well as the insole, but in comparison to a standard evoSPEED 1.3, obviously quite different. It still has a synthetic upper, but obviously with this kind of ventilated design, which we'll talk about more in just a second. And instead of featuring the standard evoSPEED 1.3 outsole, you actually get the SL evoSPEED outsole, which is an interesting design choice, but I think well suited for a Ferrari branded shoe. This is also not the first Ferrari branded shoe that Puma has ever done. Going back 6 years now, we saw the release of the limited V1 815. I actually used to have a pair. Unfortunately, I do not anymore, but there is a video up on my channel if you're interested in checking it out. I'll leave an annotation on screen so you can go ahead and watch it if you're interested. Keep in mind it's a little bit older, so it may not be up to the same quality standards as my current videos, but nonetheless, it's pretty interesting if you've never seen it before. A very cool looking shoe, also with a Ferrari theme. So, as far as the upper is concerned, again, it has that Ferrari red color scheme. That's kind of a no-brainer if you're going to do a Ferrari shoe of any kind. It has kind of an anodized, almost metal look to it, just to try and make it look a little bit more like the car, which looks great in person. These shoes, I will say, to me at least, look a lot better in person than they do in the online pictures, and hopefully that does come through in the video. You're also going to find on the upper this very interesting ventilated look, mainly on the lateral side, but you do find a little bit of it on the medial side as well. Because of this ventilated design, you're not going to find the Puma form stripe, which is really what threw me off about this shoe when I first saw it. Obviously, you do have the form stripe there in white on the medial side, but it's just unusual for them to not feature it on the lateral side. Normally, it's the opposite of what they've done on this shoe. You have the form stripe here, and generally some kind of unique design on the medial side of the shoe, but again, they did the opposite, which I think in the long run just makes for a more unique shoe. Obviously, you still have the Puma branding in white right here on the lateral side of the toe/forefoot area. And then you have, like I said, these ventilated cutouts. It's designed to kind of represent a grille or an air intake on an actual Ferrari, so I can see what they're going for. I'm still not crazy about how it looks. It just doesn't come across as being sleek or what's the right word, as elegant as a Ferrari actually looks. It's just not as, like I said, just as smooth looking, I guess is the best way to put it, but it definitely does look interesting. We'll give it that. You have 6 of these open vents, and it's pretty much just a thin kind of plasticky mesh-like material. You can see my fingers actually through it. And like I said, these 6 are open, so they'll let air pass through, they'll let water pass through. And the only minor concern that I have regarding this particular design, other than water kind of seeping through the upper, is if you were to actually wear these, if someone were to step on the side of your foot, there is a pretty good chance that a stud could catch in this mesh material and rip all the way through. Again, it's not a huge design flaw. At the end of the day, this is a limited edition release, but something worth mentioning if you were planning on picking these up to wear. These 6 ports right here are closed off, so there's no actual air to pass through or anything like that. It's there simply for show. On the medial side, basically these 3 these 4 actually, these 4 are useful, are actually open vents, and then these ones are just closed off, just like what you're going to find in the front of the forefoot. And the material itself is a very similar microfiber to what you're going to find on the standard evoSPEEDs. Everything is well reinforced on the inside of the shoe as well. So again, as far as wearability is concerned, this is a very wearable and capable performance shoe. If you're interested in wearing something like this, you are going to find your Ferrari branding right here on the forefoot, kind of at the base of the tongue. It has an unusual kind of cut right there in full color. You're also going to find the Ferrari branded printed on the heel liner, and those are the only 2 Ferrari logos you're going to find on the entire shoe. You're going to find lacing central lacing system. The tongue does have some cutouts at the very bottom, so again, water and air will pass right through there, so keep that in mind if you were planning on picking these up to actually wear. I know it's something a lot of people get concerned with. And then my personal favorite element of the shoe, the heel liner as well as the tan accent on the tongue. They incorporated a really nice leather material. You have it right here on the tongue where it has the Puma branding as well as the evoSPEED branding embossed, which I think just looks really, really premium. Obviously, red exterior with tan leather interior is a very common color scheme that people get when they get Ferraris. So it's really cool that they kind of represented that in this particular shoe, and I definitely think that it looks the part. You have that nice perforated leather on the inside heel liner, and I'll give you guys a look at the insole as well because it is really, really nice. Has a nice quilted look, so again, it kind of looks like the stitching you would find on seats. Stitching all over the shoe, some perforations in the middle. You do have the Puma branding here in yellow, and the stitching just goes all the way through the insole. It's a single layer of white foam, so it's nothing too fancy, but it definitely will get the job done, and it certainly does look the part, at least in my opinion. You can see the other accent colors on the inside of the heel liner are yellow, which you of course find in the full color Ferrari logo. This does have the SL evoSPEED sole plate, so you can see that you have the red and black detailing in here in the heel, and then these 2 little cutouts. You actually have more of that kind of plastic ventilated mesh looking material, but instead of it being black, it is red in color. Hopefully the camera will focus. Seems to be having a hard time, but it is there. I think you guys get the idea. And then of course, moving on to the sole plate, it has a black sole plate, the red stiffener bar through the middle, your SL branding, which stands for super light, as well as the Puma branding in red, and then the tips of the studs are yellow, just to kind of make everything stand out that much more. So really, really cool looking shoe. Not my favorite Ferrari collaboration from Puma. I have to say I prefer the look of the V1815. But with that being said, if you're a Ferrari fan, if you're a soccer cleat enthusiast, if you're a collector of any kind, this is definitely one of those shoes that you probably want to get your hands on, especially considering they only made 947 pairs. So let me know your thoughts on the shoe down below in the comment section. And with that being said, let's move on to a quick weigh-in so we can see how lightweight these guys are. As far as weight is concerned, I thought it'd be fun to compare the weight of the standard evoSPEED 1.3 to that of the F947. So using the scale in real time, we're going to weigh in both of these shoes. Keep in mind they are both the exact same size, 9.5 US. We'll start off with the standard evoSPEED 1.3 in the synthetic upper variation, of course. They weigh in at 7 ounces, which is the equivalent of 198 grams. So remember those numbers. Change the scale back, throw on the F947, and you can see that they weigh in at 6.35 ounces. So they are a little bit lighter, almost a full ounce actually, which is the equivalent of 180 grams. Now I will say that the F947 does feel noticeably lighter in hand. It isn't quite as noticeable on feet, but I will say that on feet, these two shoes definitely do have different feels about them, not only in terms of the sole plates, because they're obviously very different, but also the uppers as well, because while they're the same material, the overall construction and shape just feels a little bit different on feet, which of course we're going to talk about during the on feet portion of the video coming up right now. Alright, so here's a look at the F947s on feet. On my left foot I have the stock laces that come with the shoe, and on my right foot I have a pair of reflective red SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, check out the website sr4ulaces.com. It'll be linked in the description of this video. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, they're actually quite comfortable, but feel quite a bit different from the standard evoSPEED 1.3 in a good way. The shape is still that of a tighter fitting shoe, but it has a more pointed toe and kind of a more straight kind of width all the way through. It's more consistent in terms of how it fits and feels on your foot. It reminds me a lot of some of the older V110 and V111 SL models from Puma. So I actually really like how these fit and feel. My only concern with actually wearing them is not so much the structural integrity of the upper. It feels well reinforced, especially in the forefoot and midfoot area, but you do have these vented areas across the lateral and medial side that, like I said, if you get stepped on or cleated on the upper in any way, they could potentially get damaged pretty easily. So that is something worth keeping in mind if you are planning on picking up a pair of these to actually wear. As far as width is concerned, it's a tighter fitting shoe, so it isn't overly wide, but I still think that they will fit most people. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing a size 9.5 US, which is a half size up from my usual size 9. evoSPEEDs very often run a half size small, and these are no different. So if you are planning on picking these up, go with the same size you currently wear in your evoSPEEDs, or go a half size up from your normal shoes. That is what I'd recommend if you want the best possible fit. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Ferrari Puma evoSPEED 1.3 F947. Very interesting Ferrari inspired soccer cleat from Puma. I think they look the part. It's a pretty cool combination of colors with the red and tan in the heel liner. It's somewhat of an oddity as far as evoSPEED 1.3s are concerned, considering that this does feature a completely different upper, a different shape, as well as a completely different sole plate and stud pattern. So it's kind of a one-off as far as performance is concerned, but it's still a very capable performer if you choose to wear them like that. But whether you're picking these up as a collector's item or as a wearable pair of soccer shoes, I think that you will be satisfied with your purchase. Speaking of purchasing these, again, they are limited to only 947 pairs worldwide. If you are interested in picking them up, they are still available as of right now. First link down below in the description, it'll take you to the review page on my site, and I will have buy it now links as long as these things are still available, with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you will actually be able to pick them up below their normal retail price. So again, first link down below in the description, go ahead and check it out. If you have any questions at all regarding this particular shoe, leave them down below in the comment section. I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.